Here we go.
All right. Good evening. Let's see if there's anybody on here. I'm sure there's some faces on here that we don't know. So I'm Brian Russell. This is my wife, Julie Russell. We're both Optavia coaches and Optavia clients. Tim and Rachel are actually our coaches. So we're excited to be with you guys tonight. I'll have Julie, if you want to pull up the slides, and we'll get started. So we'll dive into this, but just kind of an agenda of what we're going to be talking about tonight. We're going to have a quick info on compliance. We're going to talk about our new Go ED bootcamp. Guys, we're super pumped about this. Events, we're going to talk about why they're important. We're going to have a couple people come on and share. And then we're going to get into book club. Is your vision set? We're going to talk about vision casting. And then this month we are focused on referrals. So we're going to talk a little bit about referrals. So with that said, I will let Julie jump right into compliance. Fun stuff.
Hold on one second. Sorry. Here we go. Okay. I don't think you guys can see that. Uno momento, por favor. That is all the Spanish I know. Something happened on my screen, and now we're experiencing exactly what Tim and Rachel get to do every week, which is super fun. Okay. All right. So compliance. Has everybody changed their profile? Pick their description on there.
Put a 1 in the chat if you know what we're talking about, and maybe a 2 if this is something first time you've seen or heard this.
Yeah. So here's the thing. We need to be having on our Facebook profile that we are an independent Optavia coach. Okay. If you have that on your profile, I included a picture there. I hope you guys can see it. It's a little different on our screen. You can just put it on your profile, and then you don't have to include a disclaimer on every single post that you put out there. Okay, so that's just a quick check for you guys to make sure that that's happening. That's, simple fix. So that's it. Sorry, I'm having to go back and forth. 1 second. And now it's lagging. All right, I'm going to stop hitting play, and I'm going to just do it like this because it's not working right. Okay. All right. So compliance, that's an easy one you can fix.
Okay. Going ED.
Hey, real quick, Julie.
Yeah.
So we're supposed to put Optavia in it?
Yes. So this came out, and please check your email every week for emails from Optavia corporate. Because you're a coach, you get an email every single Monday, and it has all of this important information on there. So if you go back to last week's email, this announcement was made. Go in there and find the it'll tell you to click here. You go there, it tells you exactly what to put on your Facebook page, but you can go check ours out. But you do need to read that compliance issue. Okay.
Yeah, it's an either or, guys. You can either state it in every single story and post that you make,
posted by an independent Optavia coach,
or you can go to your profile and put it in there, like anything else you'd put in there, whatever your work description is, but list yourself as an independent certified Optavia coach. It is a compliance issue. If anybody else has any questions or you're not sure about that, reach out to your coach or your mentors and they can help you with that. So guys, going ED, right? Going ED boot camp. For a lot of you on this call, I'm sure you've participated in boot camps. If you've never been involved in one, great, you wouldn't know the difference. But this boot camp, guys, is going to be different than anything we've ever done. I am super excited about how this is all laid out. We're not going to leave anything out. Right? This boot camp, we're going to do the skill set, we're going to do the mindset, and then we're going to do the actions. But it's not going to be just on one day or 2 days or every day where we kind of get like fed with a fire hose and then given a bunch of action steps to do before we come in the next day and get blasted with a fire hose again. So I'm sure they're going to be packed full of information. They always are. We're going to have action steps. We're going to have things that we need to do, but we're going to be doing them together. So super excited about that. This is going to be a larger group and a very, very organized training on every Saturday. But then we're going to have Monday through Friday, every single morning. We're going to have an opportunity to just get filled up a little bit every single morning. And then the power hours, instead of having one, they're going to have multiple power hours. And Julie's going to lay out all the details on this. Or if while you're listening to me ramble, take a screenshot of this. The power hours are going to be multiple times, different times, so that it's not just tailored towards more like East Coast, Central Time, West Coast, like so many of our trainings tend to be. So you're going to have the opportunity to attend at least one, possibly two of these live. And then, of course, everything will be recorded so we can watch those as well. So we're coming at this thing from several different directions. But guys, if you are serious about growing your business and you really want to make movement, my encouragement would be go all in. This is going to be for 5 weeks. You go all in on this for 5 weeks and you will see growth in your business.
So skill set will be on Saturday mornings for the next 5 Saturdays, starting this Saturday at 7 a.m. And then that daily call that we were talking about, all these times are Pacific. The daily will be win the day calls. So it will be just from 7 to 7:15 a.m. PST. You're going to hop in a Zoom room and we're going to do little mindset work. This is kind of what we've been doing with a group of coaches and our team over the last month. And I think you're going to see a lot of value in this. Number one, you're going to set this time for yourself each day so that when these weeks are over and you're already in the habit of doing that for at least 15 minutes every day during the week, that personal development and growth, you can just have that time and you can carry it over into, the next month when they're not holding these. And then the power hours are going to be Tuesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific, which is our normal one with the Richards, and then Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific. And these are going to be actual power hours, which means you're going to get in a Zoom room. They're going to have some actions that we're going to do together. Everybody, you mute yourself and you just work for 10 or 15 minutes, and then you move on to the next action. So it's going to be business building activities. So if you have trouble setting time aside to work on your business, then this is a great way to instill that habit. I know when the last training we did with Jamil, it was a big piece was set BBAs, business building activities, in your schedule every single day. And because we did that as a group in a training, it stayed on my calendar afterwards. So all about building habits. So that's the training. And we really want you guys to attend that, because then it's going to lead into an event, and we're going to go into that event again in just a minute. But just know all of these Zoom rooms and times and all of that, there will be a graphic released with all of those set Zoom rooms so that you can save that to your phone. But for now, just meet on Saturday at 7 a.m. And do we have the Zoom room on that? I think it's going to be in the Bombas room, but you watch watch Organic Family for the answer on that. And if you want to be a part of this group, we're asking that the coaches add themselves. So if you're one of my coaches, I'm not going to go through and add every single coach to this group. You need to let your coach, your mentor know in your business thread, hey, I want to do the Go ED bootcamp and I'm joining today. We want people in there who want to grow to ED and who want to attend. And so that's going to be your indicator that you want to do that.
Awesome.
All right. Moving on.
Okay, so Events. So this training is, even if it wasn't an event, this training is going to be phenomenal. But we'll tie all this together in a second. But why are events important? You know, why put ourselves through this to qualify for an event or kind of up the pace and everything? Guys, events, for the people on this call that have been around a while, I guarantee if I asked for a show of hands, like how many people have really had some major shifts or find value in events, all of the coaches would do one of these, right? Yeah, see the hands going up of all of your leadership team, right? It's because events are important, guys. Personal Zooms are great, but it's not that connection. It's not that one-on-one. It's not that together in one place experience, right? So you have that aspect of it, and then you also have the aspect of Optavia events are really cool because you'll find yourself, every single one of them that I've been to, there's always time set aside for you to have access to some of the top leadership and just hang out and talk and really glean from that leadership. So we were fortunate enough here just this last month, we were able to get together in Florida and kind of put on our own little event in New Smyrna with some of our leadership. And we've got a couple people that were there that are willing to come on. It was their first event. So, and share with kind of what their takeaway was from being at a live event.
All right, so we're going to have Melinda Miller from the Woods team share. This was her first time attending an event. She's a new coach, and she had some great shifts and takeaways. So go ahead, Melinda, you can take yourself off mute and share.
Hi guys. So being my first event, I was super excited that the event was so close. And of course that there was no qualification to go to the event. But I really realized, for one, it was absolutely amazing to be able to meet Rachel in person instead of, I'd only seen her over Zoom. So it was great to be able to meet her in person. But to feel everybody's passion for Optavia's mission, Dr. A's mission, just to get the world healthy. I think you just totally feel that differently when you're in person with people than you do, over Zoom. You can't really feel that personally. But second of all, I really realized how important it was to be able to get to events, to be able to hear other leaders give great information and tips and tricks that I could use in my business with my clients and coaches, and to hear all that and to know all that information that I can keep. So it really put a fire under me that, I need to do whatever I need to do to be able to get to ED so that I can go, to the event. And that's it.
That's awesome.
That's really nice.
Yeah, and we enjoyed our time with you so much, and it's great for us too to get to meet you and see you face to face and hear what you're trying to create with your business. And it really does happen when you attend these things. You really do catch the vision, and you see, like you said, that people are just caring about people, and it really demystifies that part of our business. So thank you so much, Melinda, for sharing. Next, we're going to have Cherie Ruiz share. She is a new coach as well, and this was her first event that she attended, and she had some major takeaways. I got a message from her the next morning, and I was like, wow, that's all. We just needed to meet. And so I'd love for you to come off mute, Cherie, and share a little bit about what you took away.
Okay, can you hear me? Yeah. All right, thanks, Julie. Yeah, I went there looking forward to meeting you and Brian in person and meeting Rachel in person. And when I first decided to be a coach, I just had a very small vision. I didn't know it was a small vision. I just wanted to help people. That was it. But I realized right away that there was such a positive and energizing vibe going on in the room, and that The group was such a cohesive, compassionate group that right away I was captivated. And I have to say, in addition, outside of the education itself and what Rachel was teaching, what I personally came away with was the emphasis that the company and especially our team puts on bringing hope to others and celebrating successes with the clients. And focusing on that rather than on the monetary aspect of it. That was very important to me because I didn't get into this for the financial aspect, although that's always a nice part of it. And what really resonated with me was that you talked about leading from alongside the client. We don't lead from above the client. And I like that a lot. So that we see our clients' faces and we have compassion for them and we want to help them. And we don't see dollar signs when we look at them. So that was extremely important to me. And I guess my bottom line is that I realized that everything that you guys were about, and I don't mean just you guys, I mean us, Optavia, and the company itself, it really resonates with my Christian values. And that's also a big part of who I am. So that was very, very important to me. So I went there with a small vision, but I left there being inspired to dream bigger and to broaden my vision and to want more. And it made me realize how important that event was, and it makes me just, I'm really inspired to go to any future events that I can get into. It was an eye opener for me, and I'm very grateful that I had the opportunity.
Awesome. Just wait for convention, Miss Cherie.
I'm there.
Cherie, thank you so much for sharing. We really appreciate it. While you were talking, I was watching the faces, all these boxes and everything. And when you were talking about dreaming bigger, and just really finding that bigger vision and everything, everybody on here, there's a lot of smiles, like the cameras that are on, everybody started smiling. So thank you again for sharing. Guys, that's what events do. Events allow us to feel what's going on within the organization, to not just understand and be a part of Dr. A's mission, but to really feel what that feels like, to be in a room with a bunch of other coaches, everybody working, right? We all have our own visions, we all have our own goals, but we're all working towards that greater vision, right? Dr. A's vision of getting the world healthy, starting right here at home with the United States. So the next event that's coming up is Go Global. Right. So I told you that this would all tie together, right? So we've got an ED, Go Global. In order to go to this event, to qualify, you have to be executive director. So we're putting an ED boot camp together, right? So that we're going to help you if you're not already ED and you want to be, and you want to come to this event. We're gonna do everything we can to make that possible for you. Go Global is going to be in Dallas. 4/22 to 4/23 are the dates. That's April 22nd to 23rd. So if you want to go to this, you need to hit executive director one time between now and March.
Yeah.
Right?
In the month of January, February, March.
Correct. Guys, you're not going to want to miss this one. This is a field-led event, right? So it's not the entire organization, right? So this isn't an invite. Our team was invited to participate in this, but on stage, there's going to be a lot of people in there, but you're going to get to actually hear quite a bit from Dr. A and from Dan Bell. I got a man crush on Dan Bell. So he's like everybody's father, grandfather, just wise, very calm, patient, very easy to listen and learn from and to admire. So guys, don't miss this. If you have any inclination whatsoever, Don't think that because you're just starting, if you're on this call and you've only been a coach for a week or two, you can absolutely, plenty of time, this boot camp, these things are tried and true. And like I said, this one is ED boot camp on steroids. Like this is going to be amazing.
Yeah. So if this is a goal that you have, and let's, ED is 17 to 20 clients, or 15 and one senior coach. So that's what you're looking at. And just so you know, once you hit ED, man, the financial blessing really starts to kick in at that point. And, registering for this event and flying there and all of that, you'll have the money in the bank to do it too, which is really awesome. But this, what you need to do is let your mentor team know that you want to grow to ED. And the very next thing you need to do is join the Go ED training group and get started with your mentor team there. And next up, we are going to talk about book club. You guys, our numbers are over 100 people. Last week I was watching it, and it was just like so many people coming into the room. So I can tell that a bunch of you are really pushing book club and helping your clients to get there. So that's awesome. Our goal would be to let's try to hit 150 this week. So we did a little math, Rachel and I, just to give you an idea. 150 is great. 100 is amazing. Like I didn't know what to expect when we started book club, but it's really, really great. But we're still only reaching about 10% of the people that are placing orders each month in the Richards organization. So we can reach more, right? Something that I do is I send the reminder with last week's recording every single Friday. Remember to tune in. That's something I've automated, so it's super fast for me to do that. And so, this is just, we got to invite, right? Question to ask yourself: are you attending book club? And if not, why? I want everybody to take a little walk with that, because there are a lot of coaches in the Richards organization, and I don't know if all of us are attending and making that a rock in our schedule. It's highly important that you make it a rock in your schedule if you are going to coach your clients to do this. This is group coaching at its pinnacle, you guys. They get to come in, receive this community time and group coaching, and we drip coaching on there, referrals. We've got you covered. The people that are running the book club are always finding ways to weave it into the conversation so that those things become very normal for your clients. So we're adding a lot of value by running those book clubs, and it would be really great to make it a rock in your schedule. A challenge for this week: commit to your client support calls for the next 4 weeks. Make them a rock in your schedule. If they are not in your calendar, blocked off with the Zoom number attached, I really want to encourage you to do that. Make those calls, because you're going to be sharing with your clients what you're learning on those calls as well. So highly important to make those calls. If you're having trouble with that, then let's find a solution.
Yeah. Guys, if we find value in something, then we participate, right? Obviously, if you're on this call tonight, you find value in these Monday night calls. Hopefully we're providing that for you this evening. Same thing with book club. If we're on book club, it's because we find value in it. If we want to express that and we want our clients to participate, this is one of the 4 components. This is how we provide community, right? This is very, very integral in our clients' success, long-term success, all 4 components of the program. We find value in it, and we demonstrate that so that they will see the value in it. What that means is if we're participating on our client check-ins, on our posts and everything else, we're sharing what we learned, what we loved about book club and everything else. If our clients see that, it's no different than when we hear our leaders talk positively about something. It inspires us to participate and maybe look into that a little bit more. So just keep that in mind. find the value in it for yourself, show that value, demonstrate that value, and then your clients will be more inclined to participate.
Absolutely. We totally can tell you that works. Been there, done that. Okay. So last week, Rachel really wanted us all to develop our vision for the year for our business and put it in our business thread. So who's done that? I'm going to say that I'm working on it still. So I'm guilty. I have not put it in my business thread yet. I did let her know we are working on it. We're going through it, and just really digging in, because man, if you don't have a vision for your business, you're gonna feel like you're coaching and doing things like it's a job, like you're chasing somebody else's vision. And yes, the mission is the same, but you have to have your own vision for what you want to create with this business for it to be purposeful and fulfilling, and for it to not feel like work.
Yeah. So last week on the call, when Rachel and Tim were talking about this, they mentioned a set of questions that we ask ourselves. So these questions that are on the slide here, guys, on the mountain picture, taken right out of vision casting from John C. Maxwell. And the questions, look within you. What do you feel? Look behind you. What have you learned? Look around you. What is happening to others? Look above you. What does God expect of you? And look ahead of you. What is the big picture? These are the questions that kind of frame that. If you're like me, and even with these questions, you're still struggling and your vision looks more like a list of goals, then I suggest doing what I intend to do this week, which is reach out to my mentors and get some help with this. So do that. That's what they're there for, guys. Work it through with your coach and with your mentors.
Awesome. Yeah, that's going to be really important moving forward. Next slide. There's a lot on here. If you want to just take a picture of this, a lot of this we're going to cover on Power Hour this week on Wednesday. So we've been talking about referrals. Rachel and I have been talking about how we want to get really granular on how to ask for a referral. What is the process of setting that up? She said something. I'm just gonna throw this one out there. She's like, yeah, I just ask people, who can I thank for the referral? Anybody that contacts her for a health assessment. And they're like, so half of them were like, oh, I just saw your post on Facebook, and she'll just throw it in right there. Well, I work by referral mainly. So that's awesome that you saw one of my posts. So drip, we work by referrals. I thought that was so ingenious. I was like, okay. So we're going to talk a lot about referrals on Wednesday's Power Hour. We'd love for you to be there. It's in the Richards Zoom room at 1 o'clock Pacific time, just like always. And that's it for all of our kind of bullet list items. I wanted to share one quick thing. The slide looks long, but really, I wanted to share something that I've been doing lately, and it has really helped me to keep my eye on why I originally started my health coaching journey and my health journey. Man, keep the main thing, the main thing, the main thing. I know people have heard that quote. If anybody's been in church for any amount of time, it's a popular quote. I love to just think back to what is Dr. A's mission for every single client and coach. Is it to run around like we're chasing our tails and hurrying all the time? Is it stress? Is it, oh, I got to work to hit this rank and I got to grind, is that, I think he brought the program along to kind of unprogram us from that way of living, to be more conscious in our living and to live a healthy life that's going to serve our bodies and our minds for a long time. So really just keeping that focus of why are you coaching? Man, just remind yourself daily of that. And I've been setting intentions each week, and most of it comes from something that I'm reading. So I'm reading a book by Brene Brown right now about just letting go of perfectionism. Rachel gifted that to me at Christmas. I wonder why. She might see a tad bit of that in me, which is really great. And so my intention for this week was I will prayerfully, thoughtfully, intentionally do something restorative. And this is the, what is it called? Acrostic?
Acrostic.
That she has in her book, and it's called Dig Deep. So it's basically just talking about how when you feel overwhelmed and exhausted, what do people who live their life wholeheartedly, what do? They get deliberate in their thoughts and behaviors through prayer, meditation, or simply setting their intentions. They're inspired to make new and different choices, and they take action. So if you're coming through the holidays, you're feeling a little like, take some time to be intentional about your thoughts, about your actions, and shut everything off and do something that fills your cup, whether that's spiritual, physical, whatever it is. Find that thing that just recharges you. Have fun, play, go outside, do what fills your cup, and then you're going to have that much more clarity of mind to hit the ground running when you come back to your business. So just wanted to encourage you guys to do that. It's so important that rest is a part of your day and your week. And if you don't take a day off work, you need to take a day off work. So set your Sabbath day, whatever day that's going to be, and whatever you want to call it. But it is so important to be restored and renewed. All right, that is it.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Again, I hope you got some value. I hope you guys are excited about some of the announcements we made. If you're interested, if you want to go ED, if you want to go global in Dallas and everything, guys, reach out to your coach, reach out to your mentor team, let them know. Like I said, this is not just going to be an invite. This is not something you have to do. This is something if you want it, let your coaches know so that we can all gather around you and help you make that happen.
All right. Have a good night.